Welcome to FlyEaglesFly News, where Eagles fans get the latest, fastest, and hottest updates. Hit subscribe and fly high with us. Rumors have been swirling for weeks, but the latest whispers from insider sources suggest that one of the NFL's most electric wide receivers might be packing his bags and heading east. Terry McLaurin, known for his explosive speed, precise route running, and uncanny ability to make defenders miss, has reportedly caught the attention of the Eagles, a team desperate to inject firepower into their passing game. The speculation centers not just on his skills, but on how seamlessly he could mesh with the Eagles' dynamic offensive system, which has long been criticized for lacking a true number one receiver who can consistently take over a game. Observers are dissecting every training camp clip, every off-season interview, and even the subtle interactions during free agency, trying to detect a hint of confirmation that this move is indeed imminent. Sources claim that both McLaurin's camp and the Eagles' front office have been in advanced discussions, a term that insiders rarely use unless a deal is genuinely on the horizon. And this has fueled speculation that a blockbuster trade or signing could be imminent, fundamentally altering the balance of power in the NFC. Analysts and fans alike are already debating the potential impact, imagining how his speed and agility could open lanes not just for the quarterback, but for the entire offensive scheme, potentially revitalizing an Eagles offense that has struggled to maintain consistent explosive plays over the last season. The implications of McLaurin landing with the Eagles are enormous, especially considering the current landscape of the team's receiving corps. While the roster boasts talent, none of the current players have consistently dominated games in the way that McLaurin can, and his potential arrival would create matchup nightmares for opposing defenses. Rumors suggest that Eagles coaches have been meticulously studying tape of McLaurin's previous campaigns, analyzing not only his physical gifts but his mental approach to the game, from pre-snap adjustments to his uncanny ability to read coverage schemes and exploit mismatches. Sources indicate that conversations have gone beyond standard contract negotiations, delving into how McLaurin could potentially fit into every facet of the team's offense, including red zone packages, deep threat scenarios, and even trick plays designed to utilize his speed in unconventional ways. This level of interest underscores the notion that the Eagles are not merely seeking a temporary fix. They might be positioning themselves to make a statement that they are committed to chasing championship contention in the immediate future. Fans and pundits alike are already speculating on how this move could affect not only the Eagles' draft strategy, but also how other NFC teams might respond, potentially triggering a ripple effect throughout the league as defenses scramble to adjust to a suddenly much more potent aerial attack. Speculation about McLaurin's motivations has also become a topic of heated discussion among analysts. Known for his competitive spirit and relentless work ethic, McLaurin has never been shy about seeking opportunities that challenge him and elevate his career trajectory. And insiders hint that the possibility of joining a team with an ascending quarterback and a strong supporting cast could be a major draw. The whispers suggest that the Eagles may have presented him with a vision not just of immediate success, but of becoming the centerpiece of an offense that could dominate the league for years, offering not just financial incentives, but a chance to cement his legacy. Fans of the Eagles have begun to dream aloud, imagining him lined up on the outside, stretching defenses vertically, and creating space for emerging stars to thrive. Rumors indicate that other franchises expressed interest, but the alignment of scheme, culture, and ambition might have tipped the scales in favor of Philadelphia, making this not just a move of convenience, but a strategic career decision. Conversations circulating in sports media circles even suggest that McLaurin has expressed a desire to be part of a team that can compete for championships immediately, and the Eagles' front office appears willing to build around him if he decides to make the jump, signaling that this speculation could very well turn into one of the most significant acquisitions of the offseason. Financial discussions, while shrouded in secrecy, have fueled additional speculation. Sources close to negotiations claim that McLaurin's representatives have been very clear about the value he brings to any organization, leveraging his consistent production and reputation as a game changer to command a deal befitting a top-tier wide receiver. The Eagles reportedly are prepared to offer a package that balances long-term investment with immediate performance expectations, a strategy designed not only to secure his services, but to demonstrate to the league that Philadelphia is serious about contending. This has led to conjecture about the structure of such a deal, with some insiders suggesting performance incentives tied to receptions, touchdowns, and overall team success, while others speculate on the inclusion of options that could extend the relationship for years, providing stability for both player and franchise. Fans and commentators are already weighing the potential ramifications on the Eagles' salary cap, roster flexibility, and ability to pursue additional talent, acknowledging that landing a player of McLaurin's caliber could redefine the team's offensive identity and create a ripple effect across the entire NFC East as rivals scramble to respond. The strategic fit of McLaurin with the Eagles has become a hot topic in discussion panels and podcasts. Analysts are exploring how his skill set complements the current defensive structure, projecting how his speed, route precision, and hands could open up opportunities for other receivers and the running game alike. Rumors suggest that coaches have been envisioning plays that maximize his ability to stretch the field, with insiders hinting at the potential introduction of innovative schemes that exploit his unique strengths while keeping defenses on edge. This has led to heated debates among fans over whether McLaurin's arrival could make the Eagles' offense not just effective, but truly elite, capable of challenging the league's best defenses. On a weekly basis, speculation is rife that this acquisition could influence draft priorities, free agency moves, and the team's long-term offensive philosophy, potentially signaling a shift toward a more aggressive, vertical passing game. Every rumor adds fuel to the fire, painting a picture of a team poised for transformation and fans eagerly anticipating confirmation that the whispers might soon materialize into one of the NFL's most talked about moves. Social media chatter has amplified every leak, every hint, and every cryptic comment from players, agents, and coaches, making McLaurin's rumored move feel both imminent and inevitable. Influencers, bloggers, and dedicated fans dissect every possible clue, from training camp sightings to off-season workout routines, and speculate about whether interactions with Eagles players are more than casual encounters. Rumors suggest that McLaurin's decision could be influenced by personal relationships, potential for team success, and even the city's appeal, all contributing to the sense that this is not a standard free agent signing, but a calculated step in a larger career plan. Commentators are already theorizing about how his integration could impact the chemistry in the locker room, his role in leadership discussions, and the ways in which the offense could be reshaped to take full advantage of his talents. The combination of insider whispers, fan speculation, and social media buzz has created a narrative in which McLaurin's move is the central storyline of the offseason, with every rumor, every hint, and every analyst's prediction intensifying anticipation for what could become one of the most electrifying additions in Eagles history. The potential arrival of Terry McLaurin to the Eagles has sparked not just excitement, but also intense speculation about how the team's offensive hierarchy might be reshaped. Rumors indicate that coaches are already imagining the tactical adjustments required to fully integrate a receiver of his caliber, considering everything from pre-snap motions to deep route concepts designed to exploit his speed and field awareness. Insiders suggest that quarterbacks are evaluating timing, throwing windows, and chemistry drills, imagining how McLaurin's unique ability to create separation could transform every passing concept in the playbook. Fans have begun crafting scenarios in their minds, picturing explosive touchdown connections, precise sideline catches, and acrobatic maneuvers that force defenses into impossible coverage decisions. Analysts are not only speculating about the immediate impact, but also projecting how defenses might adjust, perhaps requiring additional safety help or altering blitz patterns, potentially creating cascading effects that could benefit other offensive weapons. Even tentative whispers hint at the possibility of McLaurin assuming a leadership role, influencing the mindset of the offense and demanding accountability, which insiders suggest could elevate overall team performance. Each rumor adds layers of intrigue, as everyone debates not only what this acquisition means in the short term, but also how it might redefine the Eagles' identity in the coming seasons, positioning them as a perennial contender. If the deal indeed comes to fruition, beyond the tactical implications, speculation about McLaurin's motivation continues to dominate conversation. Insiders claim that he has consistently sought environments where his skills are fully appreciated and where championship aspirations are tangible, and the Eagles reportedly present both. Sources suggest that McLaurin's camp has been weighing the opportunity to work with offensive coordinators known for creative play designs, as well as a quarterback capable of consistently exploiting his speed on the outside. Social media chatter has exploded, with fans dissecting every interview, tweet, and public appearance for hidden clues about his intentions. Analysts argue that his arrival could trigger a cultural shift, emphasizing professionalism, preparation, and competitiveness within the locker room. Rumors also hint that McLaurin's decision may hinge on more than football team culture. City appeal and media market presence could be factors in his evaluation, adding another layer of speculation. Every hint of movement, from private workouts to meetings with team executives, has been scrutinized, and the narrative being built suggests that this is a calculated career choice rather than a mere roster upgrade, fueling excitement and conjecture in equal measure among fans and pundits alike. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. Financial speculation surrounding McLaurin's rumored move has only added to the frenzy. Sources indicate that his camp is seeking a contract that reflects his status as a top-tier wide receiver, balancing guaranteed money with performance incentives that reward consistent production and team success. Insiders have suggested that the Eagles may be willing to structure an innovative deal that maximizes long-term flexibility while ensuring immediate impact, possibly including escalators for receptions, touchdowns, or playoff achievements. Analysts are debating how such a contract could influence future free agent moves, salary cap allocations, and even draft strategy, speculating that acquiring McLaurin could force the team to prioritize offensive line protection or supporting skilled players in order to fully capitalize on his presence. Fans are equally enthralled, imagining a scenario where the Eagles commit fully to a dynamic aerial assault, relying on McLaurin to create opportunities not only for himself, but for the entire offensive roster. The combination of financial rumors, tactical speculation, and career trajectory considerations has elevated this story beyond a standard signing, framing it as a potential league-altering move that could redefine Philadelphia's approach to team building and challenge the NFC hierarchy in ways that few anticipated. The broader league implications of McLaurin potentially joining the Eagles have become a key point of speculation among insiders. Analysts suggest that this move could force rival teams in the NFC to reassess their defensive strategies, potentially shifting draft priorities, free agent acquisitions, or even coaching approaches. Rumors circulating in the media hint at possible chain reactions, with franchises considering how to counter the addition of a true number one receiver who can consistently change game outcomes. Fans are eagerly theorizing about matchups against top defenses, imagining scenarios in which McLaurin's speed, agility, and precise route running force opposing coordinators to allocate additional resources just to contain him. Observers suggest that if the rumors hold true, the Eagles' offensive philosophy could pivot toward a more vertical, aggressive attack, demanding adaptations not only within the division but throughout the conference. Pundits have speculated about the psychological impact as well, with McLaurin's arrival potentially signaling to opponents that Philadelphia is not merely filling a gap, but positioning itself as a dominant contender. The convergence of tactical, psychological, and strategic factors makes this rumored acquisition a focal point for league-wide discussion, with every insider report, social media post, and subtle hint contributing to a narrative of imminent transformation. Another layer of speculation revolves around McLaurin's potential role in leadership and locker room dynamics. Insiders suggest that his competitive mentality and work ethic could influence younger players, elevating preparation standards and fostering a culture of accountability that has been rumored as a priority for Eagles management. Analysts have highlighted how a player of McLaurin's caliber can alter the dynamics of practice sessions, off-season programs, and even game day mentalities, raising the overall intensity of the team's preparation. Fans have begun to imagine how his presence could mentor emerging talents, pushing them to maximize their own potential, while also creating an environment where complacency is no longer tolerated. Rumors suggest that McLaurin may also be granted a degree of influence over offensive strategy discussions, working closely with coordinators to refine route concepts and exploit defensive tendencies. Adding a cerebral component to his physical contributions, the potential for McLaurin to impact not only performance but culture has fueled additional speculation, painting a picture of an acquisition that could reverberate far beyond individual statistics, redefining expectations for both the locker room and the broader fan base, and setting the stage for a dramatic transformation in Philadelphia's offensive identity. That's a Wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.